Hello, welcome to a new unboxing. Here is a new nano quadcopter from Cheerson. After the extremely popular CX-10, here is the new version, including now a tiny camera module. So it's the first nano quadcopter including a VGA module. So it could be the next hit for the next Christmas, because this is a typical gift you can offer to your relatives. So what you will find in this package from Cheerson, here is the contents. So basically here is a new quadcopter. It comes in orange edition. I don't know if there are some other color, probably yes. So you will find exactly the same design than the former and original version of Cheerson, the CX-10 here on the left, the green one, and the new one on the right. So you can see that the belly, okay, probably too much cake for Christmas, but you will find that now the belly is much more pronounced, I guess, to delocalize the LiPo in order to give some free room for the camera module. So the total weight now is more important, but it's using the same type of motors. There are some 6mm by 12mm, they are coreless type, so I think this side is the tiniest you can find in the coreless type. Okay, so the general shape ingredients are the same. I can give you a weight indication. The former edition, the original one, excellent indoors flyers, scales only 12 grams, so pretty light, and the new one now is 15.2. There's not only a new camera module inserted, there are also a bigger LiPo battery. Well, this one now it's 120 mAh instead of 100, so you have 20 extra mAh. I'm not sure it will be enough to give the extra power to raise this extra 3 grams. So basically this quadcopter takes the same ingredient of the success story of this one. It's an amazing stable flyers, and I guess now they probably change some the flying characteristics to give you some stabilized video. So what also you will find in this box, you will find this compact and tiny radio. It's a nano model, you know, so if you have a large hand like me, it's not pretty good to fly with, but for kids, for children, it is not bad at all. So you have just a trim here to set the forward and backward movement. This one are now used to turn to take a picture if you press on left, and this one to turn on, and if you press again to turn off the video mode. To select the speed mode, you have to click on the left stick. So if you have 3 speed mode, if by default you are in beginner mode, so if you press once you will enter an intermediate, the rates are improved, so you will go faster, and the last one is the expert mode, where it's more adapted to outdoors flight. I would say that in the beginner mode the rates are extremely slow, both in yaw or forward and backward movement, so it's not really adapted for outdoors. As soon as you will have a little bit of wind, it will be impossible to fly in beginner mode. Only in expert mode you will be able to fly and fighting against the wind. So it's clearly now the rates are more adapted to stabilize the videos to avoid a lot of deviation in your focus. So the right stick is used to perform flips. You have to press and after indicate in which direction you have to perform the flips. To calibrate your gyros, now it's a little bit different. I will turn on the quadcopter. So you will find again the blue LEDs on front, red LEDs on rear. Can be used for night flying, but not so much. Okay, so how to first I will turn on the radio. Okay, you have to push the stick up and down to arm the quadcopter. It means that as soon as you will do this movement, you will be able to push the throttle. Okay, so it's a safety measure. So to calibrate the gyroscope, if you notice that versus time your quadcopter is shifting forward or backward, maybe you will need to recalibrate gyroscope. How to do it? You have to push the left stick in lower left and the right stick in upper left, okay? And you will see that the LEDs, I will redo it like this, you will see that you have some LEDs flashing on the quadcopter. It means that the calibration process is done, okay? So now you will be able, should maintain on the same position. Okay, so to turn the camera, when you turn it, you press this button right, you will see that the LED is flashing, okay? So it's a status indication of the camera, and as soon as you press it again, it will stop. Okay, so I will make a small demo flight, first in beginner mode. So, unfortunately, it's pretty slow. Look that, the yaw is extremely slow, okay? Okay, now I am in expert mode. The yaw are a little bit improved, but not so much. So it's not very fast yaw. It's really very slow one. Okay, so you will see that the flips are, wow, not so fantastic tight. You are losing some altitude. The 3 grams of difference between the former edition is huge. In fact, it's more than 15% in a relative weight comparison, so it's a lot. But in expert mode, it's much faster, but not an amazing. The pirouette or the funnel are very hard to do. So, but it's to stabilize your flight. Don't forget, it's no more on outdoors or flyer, is to perform some video very stabilized. So, okay, now I'm turning on the video, and you will see that on the video, the video are very stabilized, and it's amazing the quality for such a tiny camera module you can have. So, okay, I will land now. I'll stop the recording. Okay, so you will see that thanks probably to this reduced rate, the video is very stabilized, and it's amazing because for a VGA module, so up to 640 by 480, the video quality is pretty good. The light sensitivity is not fantastic, but the image is quite precise and the color rendition quite good. For such tiny model, it's pretty good. The lens mount, I measure, it's 5 mm, so I think it would be impossible to install a wider lens, maybe in the future. Out of the box, the range is not so good. Two explanations for this. First, recently most of the toys quadcopter changed to the radio frequency chip. Now they use an X10 The RX sensitivity is not fantastic compared to the former one, so out of the box, by using this one, you are reducing the range. Second point, now it's using an antenna patch. Okay, so the antenna, the 2.4 GHz antenna of the receiver is directly printed on the main PCB, and unfortunately is partially hidden by the LiPo. So most of the signals are blocked by the LiPo. Okay, so this is why the range of this module is not fantastic. You have something like 20 meters, 25 meters. The good news, you can fly this quadcopter with a Devo controller. You have to select, I will make a small demonstration. You have to select, okay, the protocol Blue A, okay, and you will be able, in the CX-10 protocol, you have to go to the sub option Blue A, you select it, and you will be able to fly this quadcopter. As you can see, you will be able to fly. It's working well. No yaw improvement, but it's much more precise. No, so it's pretty good, and I can. It's very good, and well, maybe the pitch are a little bit better, but not the yaw. So that's definitely a good point. You can fly with, but not yet trigger the camera, but I think these flags will be added very soon in this protocol. That's a good point. So I will end this unboxing and quick analysis. So I will resume. Great tiny camera module in M4 format, okay, delivering VGA videos. The color rendition is good, image quite precise, low sensitivity, light sensitivity maybe not fantastic. Two drawback out of the box: the flying duration is not great. You have something like 3 minutes when the camera is turned on, and the control range is also not fantastic, something like 20 meters. So definitively this is an indoors flyers, the perfect gift for kids who want to be introduced in the quadcopter world, or whatever your age. It's pretty easy, the rates are slow, so it is very easy to fly with. The camera, the video are very good quality, so it can be fun for a first experience. Outdoors is not really adapted thanks due to the limited range and the lack of power. Definitively the 3 histogram versus the original one is a lot for such model. Okay, I end this video. I hope you like this one. If you like it, please send it. If you like my video in general, please subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.